Hey guys, Clumsy here. Welcome back to ETS2. Welcome back to the 4 series. So, guys might probably see in the channel, I am enjoying this truck so much. I am also enjoying this map so much, Pomezania, the 1:1 map by Pavlon. It received a 1.2 update recently and will be exploring the new areas today, some of them at least. This is the route. I think these are the new cities, these three. I won't even try to pronounce them to be on the safe side. I think also this one, Balevo, is new, this entire stretch right here. But for today, we'll take this one. It should take us around 33 minutes. I had to reroute here manually though. I'm not sure what's the deal with that. Maybe that's like a slow speed limit. That's why the GPS is avoiding it. But anyway, we'll see. We might regret it though. But this one we definitely won't regret. Zeemod's V8 sounds. Music to my ears. Anyway, you've probably heard that before if you've watched the other videos. But I've been continuing the fixes for this truck, and that's the wrong button. No, I just wanted to let you hear the sound from the inside. There you go. The lights are now working. They are now perfectly visible even in the daytime. That's one of the recent fixes that I implemented. Thanks again to the community members who have been super helpful in the SCS forums. This is why, guys, I ask you to go to the SCS forums when you have some questions about the sim, because they know best. The collective mind of the community. This is why SCS has best community ever. And yes, even though sometimes there can be some arguments, there can be some toxic discussions, that kind of thing cannot be avoided, but in general, the improvements, the knowledge that is being shared over in the forums is something that is very hard to match. So I would highly recommend you guys go in there and join the discussions. You will learn a lot for sure, and you will be entertained, and sometimes you can get some popcorn and watch the people battle each other, warring opinions and whatnot. Oh, beautiful lighting in here. Beautiful lighting. Linky. Yeah, I think 1.40 is very close to release. Basing on the progress, basing on how it looks. I don't have any insider information, so all of this take with a grain of salt. But as far as I can see, things are looking great. And even in the modding department, I'm seeing in the modding wiki, in the SCS modding wiki, it is starting to get updated for 1.40 specific change items or change log. So what changed with 140 and how should modders approach? How should modders update their mods? So those kinds of details are now being added into the wiki. And usually that's a sign that the beta is close to being finished, I think. Let me know if you know otherwise, but that's how it seems to me. In the beginning of the beta, the wiki remains empty of anything new. And then, because understandably SCS is working on the changes themselves, tweaking here and there, making things work. But once they are starting to finalize things, then they work on documenting them so that other people can also benefit and adjust based on those changes. So I think this updating the wiki is like one of the last steps that they do before they release a new update, a new version of the game. And so far it looks like, yeah, the updates to the wiki are getting more and more. So that's a good sign. How close it is, no one knows. We'll see when it's released. And hopefully, with 1.40, soon comes Iberia. Who knows? Maybe we get lucky, right? I'm craving a bit of the engine sounds here, so let's lower the windows and hear that raw goodness. Beautiful. Music to my ears. If you want it a bit more bassy though, a bit more subdued and a bit more bassy, then close the windows and you get that perfect experience. And yes, Pomezania Map, I highly recommend you guys check it out. This one, you'd need a new profile for it, for those who are new. It's a standalone map, so you cannot combine it with any of the existing maps. You cannot combine it with any of the existing areas by SES. So it's a whole different world, technically speaking. You can't go to any other place aside from what is offered in this map mod. And this map mod is focused on creating a fictional Poland, I believe, something like that. It's a fictional world that with roads that are loosely based on Polish signs or Polish style, something along those lines. But yeah, as you might have seen already, the the quality of the map is pretty up there. It's close to the top. So much so that people are having a hard time determining which is their favorite map mod. This is getting included in that list, and it's a very new map, so that's saying a lot. A new map being a contender in the top, in the favorite map mod, and winning even in some people's books, that's a huge thing. Because yes, I'm not sure what exactly sets it apart, but you get it, you understand it once you drive in here. The roads just seem so natural. And who was it? Let me try and remember. Was it Alpha Star? So we are very active in the Discord recently, sharing screenshots, sharing photos, sharing stories about our trucking experiences. And I think, was it Alpha Star who was checking out Pomezania 1.2 as well? I hope I got the right guy. Sometimes my goldfish memory tends to mix people up. But yeah, he mentioned that he was driving in these same areas here in Pomezania, and it's so good that he cannot go back to the default map anymore, especially in the older areas, I guess, because you really feel the age of the default map when you drive through the old areas. Like for example, the worst one probably right now is the UK now. In the default map in the UK, it's horrendous. I would stay away from it. The roads are sharp, too bendy. The junctions are not realistic. They cut off immediately. It's just based on what, 8-year-old, 9-year-old sim, even older. So that really is due for an update, because back then SCS hasn't mastered yet the art of map making. Now they have, I would say now they have. So the recent DLCs they've released, those are top quality. But the older areas leave a lot to be desired now in comparison. So here in Pomezania, being a new map, and looks like Pavalon knows all the tricks to keep it optimized, to make everything look great. I mean, this map, I would say, has one of the best, if not the best, landscaping in terms of the how do you say that, the natural look of the place. Like even the simple thing of how the trees are lined up against each other, the variety of trees and how they are positioned, it just looks so real, right? Like having those antenna or something, power lines lined up next to the trees like so. Like it looks so simple, you just plop it down, right? But it's never that simple when you're actually making it. I know because with my limited experience in, for example, city skylines, trying to beautify the place, plopping down trees, it's not just a matter of clicking randomly. Sometimes it is, sometimes you get lucky, but there's like an art to it. The combination of trees, the placement, it's much more complex than just clicking anywhere and hoping that it results in a good picture. Even the mountains look great. I don't know why. It's maybe the textures he uses, or maybe because the mountains, the hills that he adds, have also vegetation in them. Like one of my favorite YouTubers, SKRS, he likes his bushes. If you've watched him before, he's a master at city skylines, a master at creating creative stuff. And so his cities always look beautiful. He likes to beautify them by adding trees, which he calls bushes. Whether they're gigantic trees or miniature ones. So yes, the bushes are a big factor in making a place look real and look alive. The problem with bushes is they also are very heavy on performance if you just fill them out. Because you can imagine, right? Let's imagine a simple box, a simple rectangular box. If you count like the number of triangles, number of polygons, that will be a simple thing. But imagine trees having there's not like such straight edges, so many different shapes, right? So random. And you have all these leaves branching out. I don't exactly know how that translates into triangles or polygons, but I can imagine that is a lot more complex. And this is why when you are driving in foresty areas, more often than not, you'll probably experience some FPS loss, some slowdowns. You'll encounter your system slowing down, or you'll encounter your frames getting lower. If you're counting your frames, if you're showing your frames like this, you'll notice that the frame rate will get a lot lower in the foresty areas. So I guess, yeah, if you just spam them, then they're going to be very heavy. They're going to be really a huge performance impact on your system. But in this case, it doesn't seem like it. And yes, some people might say, well, you have a 3080, so you will not really feel it. But that's not really true in ETS2's case, in Truck Sim's case, because Truck Sim is not the most optimized game out there. It still uses mainly a single thread in your CPU. So no matter how good your GPU is, you will be bottlenecked if your single thread is maxed out. And the CPU can get maxed out easily, the single thread there, if you have a lot of objects in the map. That's a huge factor in it. So if a map modder does not know how to optimize, even if that guy playing has a 3080, a 3090, a 6900 XT, or whatever you think about, it can be brought down to its knees. But yeah, we're still getting great frames here, despite all these bushes. Sorry, I keep saying that, but it's been a while since I watched Kiralis, and yeah, that guy is cool. Very inspirational for me. It's like the cool, chillest guy ever. But yes, so even with all these, performance is still great. So there must have been a lot of optimization happening here. Not only plopping trees down as much as possible to beautify the place, but actually balancing it out. Now, is this the new route? Might be. Bit scared. Oh, okay. Might be why the GPS decided to avoid this place. We might regret this, guys. Fasten seatbelts, please. Well, technically speed limit is still 70, but I doubt we'll get that far. Also, oh, maybe I should update you guys in terms of the mods. I've updated the mods list a bit, so it's a bit more reflective with which exact mods I have enabled. I've gotten a few complaints about the mods list not being accurate, mods being disabled but they're active, or vice versa. So I've updated that a bit so it can help you out a bit more. Let me know if it does, and let me know if you find more inaccuracies. I try to update it as much as I can, but yeah, it's a very manual process, as you can imagine. Listing down each and every mod you enable or you download, and making sure that when you tweak your profile, when you enable or disable mods, those reflect manually in the spreadsheet. And all of those is, yeah, manual exactly. So you have to do things at least twice. Anyway. Man, I love this. But yeah, one thing I wanted to share, I actually disabled sound fixes mod for now. For the longest time, I've had sound fixes mod enabled by Drive Safely because it's an amazing mod. Although recently I found a bug, I would call it a bug, or maybe it's not the best when it comes to dirt roads like these. That's exactly why I had to remove it. Because he made a 1.40 compatible version, which is great. But when you drive through uneven roads like this, you hear that suspension, right? The cabin shaking. There's that sound effect. With the sound fixes mod, it changes those sounds that somehow it should sound better. But I think there's a bug wherein the sound kind of starts but it cuts off immediately. So it results to that sound where you kind of hear a high quality sound supposedly, but it gets cut off in the middle. So it sounds very unnatural. I'm not sure if I can describe it properly, but yeah, so I had to disable it, and what you're hearing right now is a default SCS cabin shake sound, which is not bad. It's not as good as sound fixes, but it's not bad, but at least it doesn't cut out. So let me know in case Drive Safely updates that so I can re-enable it. Recently also, I've been very fond of, as you can probably hear and tell, Zeemod sounds. Not only the engine, but all his releases actually. So now I think I enabled all his mods now. So the air brakes, the wind noise, the rain and rain and wiper sounds, and also this specific one for the Scania. Oh, I love this view. So nice. Small town overlooking the mountains like this. Beautiful. It is also compatible with the what mod is that? D-bus mod? You can see there is a bus stop sign right there. So I guess that's these guys. Yeah, I'm excited to try that out. What's the name of the mod? D-Bus World? It's not yet out, but I think it will be soon. Both Grand Utopia and Pomezania are supporting that already. So once it is ready, we will jump back into these beautiful maps and we will be driving a bus instead. So far I have been avoiding the buses, even though they are more high quality and very accurately done, because as much as I enjoy driving a bus, it's not as enjoyable if the busing elements are not there, like taking passengers or programming your IBIS, or using the coin change mechanism, things that make it a bus element, having timetables for different bus stops. Those are what make a bus sim a bus sim, aside from just actually driving the bus. So I'll be waiting for that D-Bus mod, because I think that will add some actual busing elements, which exactly I'm not sure. But yeah, these maps, both the Pomezania one and the Grand Utopia one, seem to be perfect maps for busing kind of thing. Shorter distances, 1:1, driving through small towns. Oh my goodness, things are looking better and better. I think we have our thumbnail shot here, guys. Beautiful. And I didn't read the sign, but that looked scary. It was yellow and everything. That must have been a huge warning. Do not enter. I don't know. By the way, for those who are not familiar with the fixes I made, if you want to drive the 4 series in 1.40 beta, either the R series or the T series, so I recently made an update that makes it compatible for both. You can check the mods list, link in the video description. Yeah, what do we say? Mods list link in the video description, exactly. Look for the RJL 4 series temporary fix for 1.40. There should be an item there under the trucks category. That was made by me. So I had to go back into modding. I had to mod a little bit, just basic stuff, to do the fixes here because I'm enjoying the truck so much. I'm enjoying Zeemod's sound so much that I was willing to spend my hours to make this RJL 4 series truck 140 compatible because it had a few problems. Oh, and about the tunnel, you noticed the tunnel was edgy. I'll tell something about that. It was not like bendy or curved as nicely as this one. I'll tell more about that in a bit. Let me just finish my train of thought. So yes, if you want to drive your own 4 series with proper working mirrors and interior lights and Hope Tracker compatibility, and you can even use the phone GPS here, although I'm not using it right now. Check out the mods list link in the video description, and there is a guide there. It should lead you to the SKS forums, to my post in the SKS forums with the exact steps that you need to take. Okay, it's worth it, guys. It's worth it. Oh my goodness, is this the dam? Seems like it. Sure seems like it. Man, that is scary, huh? So this is blocking all the water, regulating it through there, I imagine. Beautiful. Yeah, looks like a photo-esque place. So, something about the tunnels. You might be wondering why the tunnels were edgy if these roads could be bendy. Because when you curve a road, it's nice to see that perfect smooth bend. But in the tunnel where we drove in, it was very edgy, very you see the edges. Yeah, I see the shapes not bending but like suddenly turning. I'm not sure how else I can describe it. But you can see the edges instead of a smooth curve. I actually commented about that in Project Japan. I was commenting about their tunnels, that they were very edgy and maybe they were using old assets or something, but Pavolon clarified that, and now I see it in his map as well. So Pavolon, the map author of this map, he clarified that that's actually a limitation on the map editor. When you are making tunnels are, I guess, only compatible being straight lines, something along those lines, I guess. So if you want to curve tunnels, you have to, I guess, like add multiple segments of it, and that would lead to those edges. So you cannot have bendy, proper curved tunnels like these roads, unfortunately. So that's one of the technical limitations. But then again, you actually don't notice it that much. So as much as possible, I guess the rule is to minimize the use of bendy tunnels. Oh, even the water looks good. Has like a proper shore and water masking and stuff. That's one of the things that people are looking for in what do you call this, in Flight Simulator even. Oh, I'm still waiting for that. The echo on the caves. How about you guys, for those who are driving? If you're driving a different truck, different sounds, do you still have this echo in the 140 beta? I think it disappeared altogether. Or is it more of a Zeemod sounds kind of bug or limitation or design choice? Because I've seen other people in the forums also reporting that they don't have echoes anymore inside the tunnels. Okay, danger road. Yikes. That's scary. So let me know in the comments if you have reverb, if you have echo inside tunnels. I do have the reverb setting on in the audio, so I should be getting that when I'm inside the tunnel. But for some reason I'm not. So I'm not sure if the people who reported in the SES forums, if they are also using Zeemods, or maybe they're driving different trucks and it's a 140 beta issue. I haven't been reading so much on it yet. Yeah. 30 here. Oh my. Beautiful. Actually got me speechless for a bit. Against the sun rays, I think this would be the perfect time to drive through this kind of road, huh? So nice. It's a bit of a long road, but I would say it's definitely worth it. My goodness. Yeah, I'm excited for the further growth of this map. Right now it's still a bit on the small side. I guess you could finish the entire map in a couple of hours, but still so much to be discovered in literally anywhere you go. You get a nice treat, get some nice views. 1 second. Slow down a bit. The signage is spot on as well. I remember I mentioned this before in can't go left turn there. Oh, that's no entry. I see. The entrance to the gas station even has a curved gas station here. That's a nice touch. Wow, I haven't seen that a lot, if at all. A rest area right at the hairpin, and then it perfectly melts with the road. Nice work. That must have taken a lot of work. I don't know. The map editor is something I'm not familiar with, so technically not sure if that required a lot of workarounds, lots of creative thinking, but maybe, huh? Maybe. Cool. But yeah, recently I got into modding again, basics of modding only, basic Blender stuff, SCS Blender tools, conversion and stuff like that. Lots of googling. Oh my goodness, now I'm so such a hard thing. This is the bridge that we saw from afar. Wow, and we're here already. Look at that view. Oh my goodness. It is, I think, it is the bridge that we saw. Oh, crosswind. Very nice. This is such a treat, driving through these kinds of roads. And this one is the one. So you have all these details. No echo whatsoever. Yeah, still not. Beautiful. Pomezania is getting better and better. Larger and larger as well. I like these tunnels. It's like teasing you on what's outside. 1 second there, the next one, it disappears. Oh, that's cool. 90 here? No, probably not. We're almost there, nice. Okay, thankfully the dangerous road was not hardcore dangerous. I like these kinds of roads which are Yes, they can be dangerous, but if you approach them at the right speed, at the recommended speed, you're okay. Because there are some roads, Mexico Extremo, which where you have no chance against, no matter how slow you drive in. You really are in a very boaty situation. For those who are not familiar with the Mexican boat, you have a lot of catching up to do. The Mexican boat incident, it's one of the most momentous occasions or milestones in the Clumsy trucking journey. And I will not name he who shall not be named. The guy who recommended it. But yeah, some of you have probably tried out that Mexican boat job. The special transport job in Mexico Extremo, I believe that is. Where you have to reverse a boat into the river. And the boat has a dolly, or it's one of those American trailers which have multiple articulation points. So reversing is not a very good idea. And the job requires reversing multiple legs of the trailer for a very lengthy reverse into the river. Not something I would look forward to driving again. If you are a good searcher, if you search my channel, you should see the VOD there. If you look for maybe the keywords Clumsy Mexico Extremo, one of the stream footages still has it there, where I almost literally cried. I was holding back the tears inside. But yeah, it was a great learning experience. Stay away from Mexican boats. If you search for Clumsy Mexico Extremo, maybe that would be the one. And then look for the almost 3-hour long videos. Those are the stream footages. It's probably containing one of them. We drove the Volvo VNL, I think, for that one. Entering the city. Yeah, the signage is just amazing here. You have all the heads up you will need. Although it's still 70 even inside city limits. Not sure if that's by design. I would have expected it should have lowered to 50 already. But let's keep it 50. Be on the safe side. You never know when it will suddenly shift. Oh, this is us. Brutus. This one? Yeah. Oh crap. That's going to be challenging. How the heck did you even park that thing? And this guy is taking his time crossing. Very nice model than that guy though. Very high quality model. Is that one of the new ones, I guess? Don't think I recall seeing that kind of pedestrian before. So I guess what we can do is we can hug this area, make our turn, and see how much we need to reverse back. Thankfully the mirrors are working. It's one of the fixes I made. Sorry, I can't stop showing it off because I'm really proud of it. Took me a couple of hours to be familiar. Familiar might be a very strong word. To at least be able to navigate through the Blender application with the SES tools. So I'm really showing it off whenever I can. Where the heck is the line? Oh, there, okay. I think I can manage this. If I don't hit anything on my right, that is, they're getting pretty close to that guy. Do we have a steering axle? I think we have a steering axle at the back of that trailer. That should help a bit with the turning. Just don't hit anything here. Make it slow. Yeah, that can work. We can make that happen, I think. Oh my goodness, that trailer axle at the back is going to push us over. That's okay, we can adjust like so. I like this. Challenging parkings that aren't just there for the challenge, they really make sense. It's a very skimpy unloading zone, so you have to work hard for it. Boxes in front. I'm looking at that front mirror so we can get as close as possible. We got this. We got this. Yeah, looks good. Nice. Alright. There we go. Awesome stuff. Beautiful. Alright. Let's deliver this, get the money, get out of here. Thank you for riding with me, guys. Had lots of fun there. 39 minutes and our video is 36 minutes. Yes, that's 1:1 as you can get in the map scale. Beautiful. Alright, thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Looking forward to your comments as always, and let me know how the fix works for you, okay? Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Clumsy trucking, and bye-bye. See you soon.